off this one. Say you off this one. Say you off this one.
Talking about dating and getting a relationship advice from the one and only Kleon, the comedian.
Hey.
So, we asked Kleon to come on because, two of us are single, the other two are married, but we wanted to get some advice about dating. He seemed to have a lot of great advice on Instagram. If you need to check out his page, you can, look below. The link is below. You can check him out on stage. Make sure you follow him. And he's going to give us some advice. And I've been on Kleon for a very, 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 very long time. So to see him, give a relationship advice is very, very hilarious to me. I'm just saying.
Well, it makes sense though, right?
It makes sense from a certain point of view, but it's always two sides to a story.
Exactly.
Because you always give your, when we talk about, relationships and stuff,
But when I give advice on a relationship from a man perspective, the women be like, give us some advice. Like they be lost.
Mm-hmm. So what advice would you give someone who was in a relationship for 5 years on and off with somebody and is just not going anywhere?
You gotta ask herself, do she want it? You know what I mean?
What?
Is she there for comfortability or is she there for financial reasons? Like why you there?
Oh, why you sticking around?
Why you sticking around?
Could it be just for love?
Well, it ain't for love, but if it's on and off.
Well, it's not love.
Not love.
I thought it was love.
It's a comfort zone.
I thought he loved me.
Are we talking about you now?
You need Dr. Kleon, the love guy.
It's a comfort zone. It's something, you know what I mean? I think when somebody stays something for a long period of time, they test the waters, and then the guy don't be what she want, you just go back where you're comfortable at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But now they both are creating the quality dynamic that they're in. So what's the other side of it though? So that's her side. So why does someone come back and forth if you're saying it's not for love?
So is the man leaving or is the woman leaving?
I think in a dynamic like that, it's probably both of them.
Both of them.
That long.
But he want his cake and he want to eat it too, so it's comfortable for him too, probably like just with the sex or with the trust of somebody you can talk to. The
But not love.
But not love.
So you can do all that and not love somebody?
Yeah, you have love for you, but not being in love are two different things. Being in love and loving somebody are two different things.
I agree.
Like when you in love, like you look forward to that person.
And only that person.
Only that person.
Right.
But when you love somebody, you be like, you look at the text, like, I'll get back to him when I feel like it. Yeah, like, you're not in a hurry to respond.
So do you feel like when you're in love, deeply in love, when you gotta respond and all that, do you feel like that y'all get like overwhelmed with it if a person ain't responding back to you the way you want them to?
Nah, when you're in love, you can see it on both parties, like you're glowing. Like when you're in love, like you're really glowing. It's never born. You want to be with that person all day. Like,
That's so true.
you checking on you. Like as I got older and I realized I really want to be in love, like it's different. Like all last year I was trying to be in love with somebody and it wasn't working. I learned a lot though.
So and that's why I feel like in relationships they teach us certain things on certain levels. Because I feel like if you spend time with someone for, I'm gonna say with my situation, like 10 years plus, on and off, you develop some type of love for that person, but you both know it's not gonna work.
Yeah, you love things about that person.
Yeah.
Do you really love that person? Like things about him. You might like the way he smells, like the way he holds you.
Oh.
You might like his, how he getting money. Certain things you like about him.
But not him wholeheartedly.
You don't just like him. Yeah.
So that's like unconditional love.
It's retarded. Like if you want, I ask you, why are you putting yourself through that?
Right.
What is it for? But women never tell us the honest truth. Like this is why why are you really doing it?
Because we don't want to hurt y'all feelings most of the time.
Well, I mean, you heard our feelings lying to us in body language.
But that go both ways though, please.
But y'all know men ain't shit.
First of all,
I choose not to lead with that.
But go
because
ahead.
Then I wouldn't date anybody.
Not all right. There you go.
That's,
But do you
that's
believe
beyond.
that sometimes people, let me say, I believe that love is not enough to create or sustain a relationship.
I agree.
And therefore, sometimes people can be in love, but still don't have the other elements to make it work. And so it may look like, oh, that person doesn't love me, but no, it could be that person doesn't have their life together. That person doesn't really have the capacity to love the person the proper way. And they're not ready to do the work, because relationships take a lot of work, and not just collectively, like internally. And if you are not ready to do that work on yourself, you're gonna push the right person away, even if you're in love. And that might make somebody conclude that they don't love the person, but that may not be the case. What's your thoughts on having the capacity to love somebody properly?
I think it's more business.
Relationships are business.
It's like a business. So if you come into it as a business, like is it we in love or it's a business? Because is financial reasons the number one thing people break up from?
No.
is sex one of them?
No, I don't think so.
Then what is it?
Right.
I feel like sex and finances.
it's
are
both.
I feel
a
like
big
it's
part.
the
I
biggest
feel
part.
like
Biggest part.
Communication.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what
It's-
I feel.
It is
It
communication.
is communication.
Communication.
Yeah. Because
But
people will feel
sex
like,
and
okay, when we're
financial,
talking,
definitely.
I said I disclosed my needs. That person disclosed their needs. But you never really came to an agreement. And then beyond the agreement, to give the person what they want, or just to acknowledge that I hear you, they may not have the capacity to follow through. And if you do have the capacity to follow through, how long do you have the capacity?
There
Because
you
did you
go.
fall off of that in 6 months? Can you sustain that for years to come?
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to constantly keep doing the work on yourself, and both people have to be constantly doing the work in order for both people to keep growing in the same direction. Different goals, maybe, but you still got to be heading in the same direction, but together.
But together.
Definitely.
Do people really know what in love is though?
I absolutely
Yes.
feel that people feel that feeling, but being in love is an action. It's
It's
putting
an
in that
action.
work consistently.
I get a little deeper than that. Women are raised to be in love. Men not.
Absolutely, I agree.
Like men
That's
not.
a
So
part
as
of the
men get older, and they start communicating a lot more. As women say, you got to communicate. Then it sounds like we whining.
Cause y'all do be whiny.
Y'all do.
You see,
Yeah.
you hear that? Now it make a man don't want to talk.
It
You
do
whine.
feel that.
You sound like
It
you
do
did.
feel like
And then
that.
that goes back to communicating. Like you can communicate without whining.
But when you don't understand something, see, men not used to communicating. So now we're trying to figure out how to
How to
communicate
do it.
to you.
I understand.
But
And
then
you
y'all
can't be judged in that process.
and y'all break us down like, come on, you
Wow.
whine. Sound like, oh, now I ain't
Yeah.
saying nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a
So I
process.
guess on both parts, men and women have to understand.
The women have to understand
No.
that men are getting more educated in life and love, and we're
Yeah.
trying to talk to you.
Yes.
But y'all don't know how to do it the right
No,
way.
y'all don't know how to accept it.
We don't know how to accept the way that you're saying it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
But you can accept it if your child comes to you, you'll understand. But when your man comes to you,
Because we feel like a man is supposed to be,
man.
like he's
Already
supposed to
know.
know, but he doesn't know.
He doesn't
know.
Yeah, we can't read minds.
so he's trying to figure it out. So his experience. Then you shoot a man down. You're like, man, fuck it, tonight.
But I think we got to be empathetic, all of us, as
Yes.
humans, like as human beings, we have to be more empathetic because
Yeah.
people. I have been guilty, right, of assuming that because this person has the capacity to do this job per se, right, in work, you wear this hat, you do this well, you do that well, even you perhaps even lead people well in an organization. But that's a different skill set to bring that over into the emotional category because that person may have triggers, may have wounds that they haven't healed, and so they can't show up in that duality the same
Same
way,
exact way.
right? And so we got to be empathetic and not label it to call it this person is whining this that because
Right.
it doesn't make you, it doesn't give you a safe space to try to find the words. Like they're not going to be as eloquent as ours because we've had more practice,
Right.
right? But then on the other side, I think you got to be a safe space for women and men. Because if we both feel safe, it's no judgment here.
Right.
That's
We're
true.
going to communicate. We're going to hear you out. We're going to actually try and improve in whatever area we may need to make it work. And listen, it's like what's the other comedian? He said relationships not hard. Two people can move a couch real easy.
Yeah, it's simple. Relationships, it's simple. If the man coming in willing to be honest, like if the man like, you know what,
Honesty. That
I'm only gonna deal with you.
Yeah.
I ain't dealing with nobody. I'm only gonna deal with you.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes most women really can't handle a faithful man. 'Cause
Why you say that?
it requires a lot.
To handle a faithful
I
man.
think for marriage, yeah, it require a lot.
So wait, are you speaking from statistics or are you speaking from experience?
I'm speaking from it both. I mean, you got some guys that's just 100% faithful, but you know they in love. Like I got some older guys, my mentors, they really love their wives. Like they really into it. They don't look at no woman, they don't care for nothing. But now they start to come out and party. But then you got guys, all right, you know, I'm dating you, I'm in love with you. But can you handle all my needs in a relationship?
But here's the thing.
And what is the needs? What is the first
Yeah,
top
what do
5
those
of
look
needs?
like?
What is the needs? 'Cause
It ain't even 5, it's really only one.
What is it?
Listen.
Stop it.
We listen.
Y'all hear what y'all want to hear.
Well, here's another.
Y'all break a sentence down. Man, I can tell you what sentence. Y'all hear say a whole sentence. You hear that one little word and then speak on that word.
But don't you think
That's the
we're both
issue.
guilty of that on
Listen.
both sides?
I don't like the way that said. I know. That sounds like.
See, they don't like it. Listen, like I'm a dog.
Listen.
I'm saying we're both guilty
Look,
of
yes,
that
listen.
at times.
Yeah.
Right.
As men, we feel like we listen, but we listen to your body language more than your talk verbally.
Okay, so here's another.
So what is body language like when you be like, oh
Try to
no?
touch you. No, like you know if your lady get quiet, you know you fucked up. Like
Yeah.
damn, I fucked up.
But is it about you because you're personalizing it, right? Perhaps it could be somebody, because oftentimes people are not really aware of their trauma, so they can't be aware of what's consistently triggering them, right? And so if somebody goes quiet, it could be because you've triggered an old wound and it really has nothing to do with you.
Right.
And maybe they don't have the language to articulate that, and vice versa. I'm trying to keep it even, keep it fair.
So is it fair that you ain't let something go in your past and I gotta deal with it?
It's not fair, no, but I think we both have to employ empathy because you have to give people the space to kind of do the work and not personalize it.
Yeah.
Right.
I think
Because
relationships should be
those
fun.
triggers don't go nowhere.
It's not gonna be fun all the
It's
time.
not gonna be fun all the
So
time.
this word.
It's simple. It's really not. So
So
if
you
we
don't
both
think,
financially
first of all,
straight,
do you think you a breeze or walk in the park? Do you think you feel like I am a breeze, I'm a walk in the park, I am a catch? Do you feel like that?
yeah, I do.
But
So
I
you
do
feel like you don't bring
understand.
nothing, no baggage, no nothing.
But I understand
Not
what he's
now.
saying
Not
though.
now.
Like,
No,
I
I'm
used
talking
to.
about previously.
I did because I didn't understand women. And that's why I kept hurting them.
Okay.
Because I didn't
So did
understand
you
them.
seek like therapy? Like how did you like?
I just got tired of. I just really got tired of seeing women like upset.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, like dang, I ain't heard that. I'm like, damn.
yeah. But no, I do believe that relationships should be fun.
It should be
It
fun.
should be fun.
It should be fun. It should be simple.
It should
Like,
be more fun than always so seriousness.
Yeah.
if we both honest and we
If
both deal
absolutely.
with each other, what's the problem? It's simple.
Right.
We should not go to bed without talking to each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Wake up, kiss you, all right, bye. We can talk without being an argument.
Right. But sometimes people don't make those agreements in the beginning.
Yeah, I think nowadays,
You
like,
just assume that the other person understands that that's how you.
And we have to
Right.
stop assuming
Can't
things.
assume.
I say that the next female I meet and I date, we gotta run down. This is what I expect.
Expectations.
Yeah.
You tell me what you expect.
Yeah.
I will tell you I can handle it or not.
Right.
Yes.
And y'all can part y'all ways
Yeah,
without the hurt.
Before we even have sex or anything.
Yeah.
Because it's an emotional roller coaster.
It is.
You keep jumping from one person to the next with all these emotions
Yeah,
you
these
current from
souls.
the next
Right.
person.
Typically
Yeah.
souls.
That's why I threw my
Soul
mattress
ties.
away.
Like that.
That's why I threw my mattress away.
A girl made me do that one time. A girl made me refurnish my whole apartment. She was like, I'm coming in,
They
you bed, you cheese,
when you
everything.
make love to somebody, y'all exchange souls.
Yes,
And you don't
soul
make you can live with
ties.
5 people.
Yes.
Girl, you messed up in the head. You
Yeah,
make it up all
girl.
kinds of ways. You love them all.
Absolutely.
Ain't never seen them.
It's
Yeah.
fucked up out
Right.
here.
Right, exactly. Well, I propose people
gotta
go
take a
through
break.
therapy
That's
in the beginning. It's not common. It's not even common for people to go through therapy when there's a problem. But I think that people should not approach it only when it's a problem. Like start on a safe space, learn this person triggers that person's, and then carry on. And you start out when it's good.
Yeah.
Right. I agree. So, y'all, we will be back. Try to pay some bills.
You lost this
Back with part
one. You
2.
lost this one.
This episode is sponsored by BBBE University and House of Bombshell. So, Kleon, how do you feel about dating an alpha woman?
I ain't afraid of them. You know what I mean? If you're an alpha, I'm an out alpha. That's just flat out.
Okay, so let me dial it back a bit
I
and
love that.
re-ask the question. What do you consider an alpha female?
A strong black woman.
Okay.
I think all women that strong, independent are alphas. If you got kids, you gotta make sure they gonna eat. Gotta make sure you gonna eat.
Right.
How your bills will get paid, you gonna figure it out.
Absolutely.
So I don't take it as being alpha. I take it as being strong. Like you getting your shit together.
Okay. And how do you propose alphaing them?
I'm gonna put my foot down.
On what?
And how that's
specifically?
gonna work with an alpha?
Yes.
She understand.
We need a visual.
Yeah, I mean, all right, for instance, you can run everything. I'm a forward, you run everything.
Okay.
But I'm still in control, but you still running everything.
So when you say run anything, are you referring to like the house?
You running the house, baby, she run. You know what I mean? You just running it.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you be a woman.
Okay.
I got my man. Like in the house, you have everything in the house. I got everything in the streets.
So when do you
Okay.
become the man of the house? Like when do you become king? Like, you know, men say, I'm the king of this house.
That's natural. She a good woman gonna understand. Like, if you live with your guy, right, and the cable man comes, is you gonna tell your man, the cable man on his way, or you just gonna do it? Your man come out, see the man there.
I'm gonna tell him he's on his way.
And he's the man in the house. Cause
Okay.
you let them
Also,
know.
checking in makes you the man of the house.
Yeah. You gonna check in because you ain't playing with your man.
Right.
Cause I don't check.
Yeah, because if you don't check in, then you
Hey, this is
you
Bobby.
can walk. You can walk over, nigga, man.
Right.
And some dudes just let women just walk over them.
Okay.
So that's considered walking over a man because so if you coming from like a person like me, I've been single for a long time, and then I'm in this relationship now. I had to learn how to kind of like fall back because this guy walked up to us one day in the park and wanted some money. This was actually our first date, and he was like, "No, don't go in your purse. Hey, who are you talking to? I can give this man $1 if I want to." He was like, "What did I say?" Ooh. I said, "Oh."
You got that right.
I mean, well, sir, I don't have any money.
I mean, it's natural in a man. It's natural energy. You ever been somewhere and you just seen like a man just walked through the door, he just took over the room
Right.
without even speaking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's like out alpha and female. Like, there's a bunch of bosses in here, but all right, now I'm in here now. What's up?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
We just need to talk that through though, for me, because when someone has
Uh-huh.
been conditioned to move in a certain path, right, because you have to, right, not because maybe you want to, because you have to, you really have to, it's a lot of unlearning,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
you got to give people a space for that, because I'm not trying to emasculate you by doing certain things, or, because it's natural, like you said, right, it's natural for me to open my own doors, but I want you to do it too, but it would be like a second thought for me to, oh, okay, let me let him handle
Right.
it.
Yeah. But at least you're willing to, learn, understand. That's
Understand it,
a man out alpha.
Right.
Because you're thinking about it. You know what? Let me fall back.
Let me-
Right.
Yeah.
And man also gotta understand. You gotta have patience when you deal with women that been hurt a lot.
Absolutely.
You gotta have a lot of patience. Like a lot of patience.
but what about men that been hurt a lot? Because y'all could be hurt in the 3rd grade and y'all be still hurt.
Yeah.
Most men get hurt in kindergarten. Real shit. Because
I agree.
women are raised to go to school and focus on their books.
Right.
That's why they say women, grow up faster than men.
Right.
We go to school. We trying to hoop, play game, or have sex.
It's more fun.
So we getting turned down off the break.
Right.
Women been turning us down since we were young. Nah, I'm outside. I can't talk to you. All the way up to damn near really high school.
Right. That's true.
That's where the hurt started.
Kindergarten.
That's where the hurt started. No real shit. Kindergarten.
Right.
And you know what your head start.
It's a good lesson in that though, right? Because life is gonna life the fuck out of you and reject you often, more often than it gives you what you want. So I think that's, if you choose to see it that way, it's a good way for you to learn how to not personalize that, because her rejecting you is really not about you, and it doesn't devalue you
But
at
as a
all.
kid, you
But you don't understand.
You don't understand what I'm saying.
You
As
think
you
you ugly.
grow,
You think ain't
though,
nobody messing with
you'll
you.
realize
Right.
that as you
Yeah.
grow, as you get older.
Yeah.
So hopefully it won't hurt you as bad.
So it seems like that women and men are both dealing with some shit.
We are.
And nobody's coming to the table and
Right.
putting that shit on the table. Everybody's just dealing with it because this is how I've been dealing with it.
Right.
I
And
think
by
it's just-
dealing with it is by not dealing with it in a lot of
I
cases.
think fuck, we just let it go. Like, we grown. We understand right from wrong. Like,
Yeah.
man, let that shit go. Then you hold on some beef, let it go.
Right.
Is you really happy with yourself?
Right.
Or
You
you
gotta be.
hiding?
There you go.
Because you hiding, you're happy. Are you really happy?
You gotta be.
Like right now, I'm really happy. I used to hide it a lot. I'm really happy right now.
Oh, I'm
I'm
good.
proud of you.
Hey, some people really got, they not happy.
Right.
They look happy, but like,
They really not.
yeah, they don't like where they work at, they don't like where they live at, they don't like where they drive.
Right.
But they ain't willing to fix all this shit material. You can fix that.
Right.
Yeah.
And they don't realize that the happiness that they're looking for is on the other side of the work that they don't want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
But then they go into a relationship unhappy. Now you
Yeah.
now you making your unhappy energy is fucking up her unhappy energy.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, like, why you come like
That's right.
that's like a guy jump me your DM, but he ain't look at your page and see
See who
how his money need to be before you even try it.
Right.
You jump me your DM like, oh damn,
Good.
Right. Listen, like, would you go to Beyonce's DM? No, don't come in mine.
Right.
Right.
I turn my comments on so they can't come to you.
Right.
Ugly
and see,
ass.
that's another thing.
I
But
turned
let's
the
talk
Cause she's
about
married,
that.
right? She married?
I'm not married. I still turned them off though.
I thought you were married. Oh, you
I'm
married.
No, she's married.
She's married.
She's not married.
And you married. So you single
Yes. By choice.
by choice.
And it's not anything
Get it
to be
right.
criminalized or made to be like it's a bad thing. It's not. I'm single by choice. I've been in many relationships, live in, non-live in, kind of sort of live in, but I choose to be single for the purpose that you just mentioned because I want to be 100% happy with me
Right,
first
right.
before I get
Yeah,
into
you wanna. That's how it was. I want to work on me.
Absolutely.
Because I don't want to work with somebody's life with all this baggage and
Yeah.
saying
But how
like,
long does it take you to get yourself together?
it took me
You know, like, I want to work on me. Like, all right, work on me. How long? Nigga, wait,
8
like,
years, 9 months, 6 days,
Right.
3 hours and 46 minutes.
like somebody waiting, like, yo, how long?
Well, how long? Yeah. How long?
I don't think it's a time frame. I don't think you can put it in a box like that.
I think you have to be happy with who you are.
Absolutely.
To be,
Contentment. I
Yeah.
feel like contentment.
Yes.
I
That's
know
a word. I
it's
like
to a place of
contentment.
because people go in relationships looking for people to make them happy.
Yeah.
You
You
gotta come
can't
in
look
happy.
for other people to make you happy. You have to already be happy within.
Yes.
Like I spend, and they said, if you don't like spending time with yourself, then you are the fucking problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I still feel like it has to be both ways. Like,
It does
I'm
have to
coming
be
into a
both ways.
relationship for you to make me happy as well.
Yeah, you got to.
They can add happiness to my life, but I'm not
Yeah.
looking for them to make
Yeah.
me
Yeah, but some people are looking for people to
Yeah, looking for
make
them to
them
make them
happy, make
No,
them
I'm looking
whole.
for him to add to my happiness.
Whole, there you go.
Not me.
Yeah, we gotta be whole
I make my
100% of
fucking
peace. So that means
Yeah.
we come
Yeah.
in with
That's
100%.
It's not
Yeah.
selfish.
I mean, when you're a
It's
little bit depleted,
necessary.
we still happy.
Yes.
But a lot of people go in relationships and they're not happy at all. Like I
Because
said,
you
with
don't know how to
themselves,
make
where
yourself
they
happy.
drive,
You
where they,
can't tell somebody
where they
else.
live at. Like, I'm telling you, when I downsized my car to a Toyota with cloth seats, I said,
Why did you have to
this
add
was, because it's the cloth seats, but I like heated seats.
It's the cloth seats for her.
But I was happy. And people say, why would you downsize your car? Because I'm happy.
You happy.
I can pull
You're
this thing
content.
in.
You're
Right.
content.
I can free
Yeah.
service, Toyota for life, Joneses. Shout out to me and Joneses house, Bel Air, Maryland. You do that, yeah.
Right.
But I was happy. I was in a moment in my life where I had to do something for me.
Yes.
Because I was pouring and I was doing so much for everybody else, and I was like, what's going to make you happy?
Right.
Now I'm in a position now I can get whatever I want.
Yeah.
You don't even want it now, do you?
Don't even want
You don't
it.
even want it.
I'm like Bill Gates out here.
Sometimes you when you can't afford something, you want it.
Yeah.
You want it, I want it. But then when you can afford it, you're like, man, I don't need that shit. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you know I know I can get it.
I know I can
Right. So
Yeah.
you downsized your car, I downsized to no car. I've been the happiest I've ever been in my life because I realized, well, not I didn't realize, I always realized, I don't like to drive, so I created a lifestyle where I can walk to work if I feel like it, and that extra money can be used for things that really make me happy. Driving a luxury car, that's nice to ride in, but mostly is kind of status for impressing other people. No, I'm gonna miss me on that because I don't like to worry about all the things that come with the responsibility.
Right. That's what you want. I never hear that.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. That's
And
real.
some people will look at it like, oh wow, she fell off. No, check the stats. Trust me, either I'm doing just as good, if not
Right.
better. But most of the people
Well, you did it
who
for
have
you, though.
these- I did it for
Yeah,
me,
you
and
did
I
it.
didn't care. But it
Yeah.
was a lot of humbling because I knew people were going to judge it. I knew people were going to think like, oh,
Actually,
she'll handle more
But
money.
it didn't matter what they
It
thought.
didn't matter, but
As
I
long
was-
as you
because you were
content.
happy
Yeah, I was
And you were
happy.
within.
Exactly.
And you were content.
Exactly.
It's that withinness for me.
It's
Yeah.
Is that a word, Justin?
That's
Withinness?
we gonna make it work. It's a B.
Now, can I ask y'all something, ladies?
Word.
Okay.
Why is it hard for women in our culture to listen to a man?
Because
And I
most
say-
of
and
them
I say-
grew up with
and-
one in the house.
And I say our culture because a lot of other cultures are submissive. Now, I've been doing the research on other cultures.
It's the dynamic.
So
A lot of us are
yeah.
growing up without our men in
In
the
a
household.
household.
Yeah.
That's where the problem
That's
starts.
one problem. So, is our mothers another problem for instilling independence into you as a child?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think it's a problem.
I
I think it's not
I
balanced.
think so.
Because it's not
It's
balanced.
too much independence.
Well, I can speak for
It's too
myself.
much independence.
My mom's raised 4 girls, and she instilled independency. So
not needing a
But you
man
think
for
that's
nothing.
a problem?
Yeah, if you grow up not needing a man, that's where this whole alpha female thing comes from. You go,
Yeah.
I don't need no man for nothing. But really, you do.
Yeah, she
My
does.
mother
Absolutely.
she admitted, she was
Absolutely.
like, I think I mean, when I was single, like right before I did meet my husband, Tim, she was like, I think I made you a little too independent.
My
I
mom
was
said
like,
the same thing to me.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Raising
to me.
gorillas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not gorillas.
Yeah, no shit.
And
Raising
I had my
gorillas.
father, I had my father, I had my
bullshit.
stepfather. My stepfather was great. He
Same
was a
here.
provider. My
Yeah.
father was,
Yeah.
was good, you know. But still, my mother still
Yeah.
just made me too.
Get
like,
your own. Get your
yeah,
own.
like
Right,
make sure you
yeah,
have your
yeah.
own.
That
Don't
was
ask
fear.
nobody for
Yes,
nothing.
yes,
was fear.
Like that was
Yeah,
fear
yeah.
because of what she went
She
through.
didn't want you to be used.
She didn't.
Me
Yeah,
and
and
my
I'm like,
sister. Me
you
and my
told
sister.
me wrong. Like,
My mom used to say, don't let nobody put their arm
Yes.
around you. They think they own you. Don't let nobody buy you nothing. Huh? They can't buy me nothing. Go ahead.
Wow.
I don't let them follow that.
listen, and I'm looking at all my little girlfriends, their boyfriends buying them stuff.
Right, right.
And I'm
Like, girl,
like,
he gonna want something.
yes.
In return.
I'm like, no, he
And
don't
that's a
want
big problem when it
nothing.
comes to men because we not only dealing with y'all, we dealing with your mother too.
Yes.
So we gotta fight a lot.
Yeah,
We gotta deal with all that man, woman that been hurt,
yeah, yeah,
that's raising the young lady
Yeah.
God
from
love a
hurt.
man, black woman.
Oh my
That
God.
is true.
yeah.
You got a man mother that's hurt,
I
raising the
definitely
the
believe
queen
Yeah.
to be hurt. Like she raising you from hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's called a paradigm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We
so
gotta
it's
get out our own way.
and that's where the terminology of men be like, man, these women crazy.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
But y'all gotta find that deep in yourself. Like, you know what? Let me loosen up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to do that. I had to soften up a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me loosen. Let me
Because
loosen.
That's what we end up having to do. is
because we
soften
feel
up.
like if we're too
Yeah.
soft, you're gonna play with us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because you can't be too soft because they will run, you know,
Yeah.
young men and just go right to that.
Exactly.
We're going to the
Come on,
next
man.
subject.
I was that
Why
man.
men cheat?
Yeah.
Like, why men cheat? Now, I had one person tell me that he was married. He was like, I don't cheat on my wife because I don't love her. I cheat because I'm selfish. I want my
think
cake and
that's
eat
a
it too.
very good answer.
I
He was
cheated.
like, I love
cheated
my
to keep-
wife.
Yeah, I cheated. It made my household better.
What?
When I cheated, I stepped out.
Cause he happy.
It made my household better because my lady, she couldn't do everything. Like I can sit at the bar and talk to somebody and lie. I can't lie to my wife because it's gonna be in her head. Everything I say to her is like the storm, it's data.
Yeah.
Wow.
When she fusses, she gonna dig and keyword, she gonna bring up something from I told her a year ago. It's a fucking database.
I once read something that said men cheat out of sport, women cheat out of revenge.
Yeah, we do.
No,
I don't
if
have
you
to-
cheat, you a cheater. It ain't no damn revenge.
No,
to cheat.
honestly,
That's not true.
no, because I don't have to
That's not
cheat. I was faithful to somebody for 2 years.
Wait.
I was thinking that was only 2
With
years.
a 5. With a nigga 5 years. Only faithful 2 years.
So here's my question. Why not just leave? That's my.
Why leave?
Why leave?
It
I'm
ain't
about
about
another
that.
cheat. I don't like the
It's
whole
a package.
process.
It's a package.
Yeah.
Look, you go to sleep early on Mondays and Tuesdays. I go outside and hang out with one of my little young chicks. I'm hanging out, but she making me happy. You make me happy too. It's a balance. You can't do it.
So why not be
Can
in
a woman do it?
in that
Can
what's
we
it
go
called?
have that?
Polygamy? No, not polygamy.
That's why I've been live.
Polyamory.
Yeah.
We lie because we don't want to lose you. So you're like, I can't really tell you the truth.
But again, the question is avoiding. Can both sides have that? Okay,
No.
you got a Monday or Tuesday. She might want a Thursday and a Friday.
No. We don't
I'm
do like
saying
that.
don't do it if you can't handle it. That's my
But yeah,
rationale.
So, and that's how I'm thinking. Like,
Why not?
so if it's okay for you to go out and have and entertain other women, can I entertain?
You're not
some
gonna
women?
know.
Question.
No, I would feel it. Women, we had. Let me tell you,
it's a
I had a
good
dream
Yes, we
for
have an
6
additional
weeks
set.
straight
Martin.
about my baby father cheating on me with somebody I knew. Every dream it was somebody I knew. Kind of found out he messed with somebody that I knew.
Wow.
Yes.
We know.
But who invented cheating? Who raised men to be cheaters?
The Bible.
No, women.
Women.
Women raised men to be cheaters.
How?
Because all right, listen, you got a son. I'll make this quick. You got a son. You got your son as a little boy, as a big boy when he's young. You was a haircut at about 6 or 7, shape up, put Barbary on, take him to a baby shower. Oh, my son's gonna be a heartbreaker. You already in stores and everything. He's gonna be a heartbreaker. Women put that in as you're gonna be a
Well,
heartbreaker.
what type of women? Because I'm not.
I guess it depends on the.
When your son handsome, you know you got a fly little son.
I
All the
have-
girls gonna like my son.
I have heard women say that. I have
Yeah.
heard women say that.
Oh,
My son is a heart.
I think
He's
with
a
that,
heartbreak.
yeah.
I don't raise
My son is very nonchalant. He's very a cool kid, and he's get his own money. He's a heartbreaker.
Hey,
Period. He breaks my heart.
Now, the way that we raise them,
Y'all don't-
necessarily
y'all don't know y'all
align with
doing
how
it.
they show up, because society contributes to that as well.
Yeah.
Their friends contribute to that as well. I don't raise mine like that. I raise him to be a communicator, and if you're going to have 10, I'm good with that. Be safe and communicate that to everybody, but be prepared that just because somebody hear you, agrees to
Yeah.
it, doesn't mean that they're going to handle it well.
right.
Because
So
I
pick
won't.
your poison.
I
pick
won't
your life.
3-4 months down the line.
Right.
I'm in red.
Because
pill.
your life gonna be fucked up when you move into life like that. With
Yeah.
all these multiple different women energies. You have one that you're consistent with, that baby gonna help you grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's half and half. That's half and half.
So
But you can have multiple women if you can
I
afford
ain't
it.
saying you have one, but I'm
If
talking
you
about
can
being
afford it.
successful.
If you can
being
afford it.
successful.
Being successful.
Because that's a lot of energy, Cleon. That's
Yeah.
a lot
to
of.
maintain.
It's
Yeah.
not. You're not men. It's a lot of energy for y'all because y'all wasn't raised. Like, we do this for
But we
years.
saying we want to do it
It's
too.
a
if
sport.
We can. And you saying we can't. That's
Y'all
all
get
I'm
stressed
saying.
out if 3 niggas text your phone saying I want to see you. Too much. You don't want to see nobody. You went in the house, lay down.
We be like, never mind.
They trying to set me up.
You don't know to trust nobody. They trying to get this shit over with.
Right.
Never mind.
Well,
Never
thank
mind.
you, Cleon, for coming on Blood, Sweat, and Champagne. Thank you for your wisdom, because we do appreciate your side. Because we wouldn't know if we don't talk to guys like you, you know. And you're very popular, very successful, and women are throwing themselves at you. I see it in your comments
That
all the
shit's
time.
phony, man.
But are you gonna be
Two men.
faithful, or are you gonna keep playing I need a few to be happy?
I'm letting know I'm a man, so you know I ain't perfect.
He getting tired. He getting that
I'm
money.
gonna need you
No,
to
I'm
clarify,
tired.
Cleon,
I'm tired, but
clarify.
That ED about to kick in, so don't even worry. See you next time on Blood, Sweat, and Champagne. Y'all stay cool.
I'm still answering that question. I'm tired, but I'm letting you know I'm still a man.
Now you off this one.